Walk right here. Shut the f*** up. Get right over here. I don't give a f*** who you are. Get on your goddamn knees.
You'll be shocked at just how far police corruption has gone. Today, we're diving into some of the worst cases of officers ever caught on body cam.
Oh, because I'm confused. I'm waiting on my food, my child. What is going on? Y'all putting my hair. What is going on?
On July 20th, 2023, officers from Wisconsin PD responded to a hit-and-run accident with multiple injuries. Witnesses described 4 individuals, including a black female with a baby and at least 1 black male. The officers then received a call from a nearby restaurant reporting that a group of people matching the description had entered the restaurant.
Were you guys just in an accident? No?
We've been here the whole time. What's going on?
How long you been here?
We've been here for an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah? Okay. How long have they been here? Who's the table that just walked in you guys just called about?
We don't want to clear you from this, so you can just...
We just came up here acting. We didn't even know what's going on.
So you don't know which vehicle you came in today?
We've been here. What time?
I know. Which car is yours in the lot?
Would criminal suspects even have the audacity to dine at a restaurant right after such an incident? Ironically, the real culprits were hiding at the same restaurant, and these officers thought of nothing better than to harass this family.
There's a bunch of juvenile people in here. Grab some guys. Hey, let's hop in here.
Oh yeah, I can smell it.
Yep. Hands over pockets, bud.
Hands over pockets.
Yeah, come here.
Alright, hands over pockets.
Come here.
I can't.
Why not? Why?
Nope, don't go away from me.
What are you doing? Keep your hands out of your pockets. I'm not gonna tell you again. You understand?
What happened? I got shot. You got shot? Like when?
What you doing?
Like years ago, 3 years ago. Okay. Why are you guys all hanging out in the bathroom? Who's in here?
That's him.
Hey, open the door, boss.
I'm not with them. I'm not with them, boy. I'm not with them.
Finish up.
They saw you guys run in with the baby. That's what we're seeing.
They described a female with a top.
That's why. If you guys can just tell us what car you came in, we can be done.
That's over with.
They said somebody had red on, carrying a baby, so...
Yeah, and there's somebody else who's in here with red on, too.
But they're not here right now.
Okay, then, so go find them.
So then where's your car that you came in?
That's what you can do, too. You can check
Where's the car that you came in?
What I'm talking about is we just had a car, but all these people flee from it. Tonight, right?
Ain't nothing in my pocket, bro.
Okay. Why it smell like weed in here?
Ain't nobody got no weed on there.
All right, have a seat.
On the floor.
Yep.
Why can I sit right there?
Have a seat right now.
Why can't I sit right there?
I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to make you.
Come on, alright, no, watch out. You ain't got to make me.
tell you.
Alright, bro, I'm gonna sit down, bro. What?
You can argue that the cops were trying to be thorough with their investigation, but that still doesn't justify what they did next.
You are detained right now until we can figure it out.
Because I'm going to take my son to the bathroom.
Chill. Hey,
You don't touch me.
relax.
You got a baby with you, relax.
Don't touch me.
Relax,
And then you'll be done.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
We will be done.
Like, we don't got to answer no questions. I already told y'all we've been here.
You're going to stay with my...
No, I'm not going to stay with nobody.
Okay, then put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your...
As tensions rose, Jal, the husband, naturally started to get a bit testy with the police. But his worst fear was proven true when these cops turned to his wife and child.
Hey, it's a fight. Who's fighting?
People are fighting out there. I will handle it.
Let me go! Let me go!
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
There's 2 more in there. Go by him.
I'm not doing that!
Stop it! Stop it!
Baby down now.
Stop
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands.
Go with him.
Squeezing him. Stop squeezing me. Stop. Are y'all kidding me? He pulling my hair. Are y'all kidding me? This is crazy. Oh, yes, you will.
Stop it!
Stop.
Get the off it!
These cops were rounding up all the black folks in the restaurant like it was some kind of twisted game. And the way they treated these people, absolutely unforgivable.
On the ground now. Resisting. Stop. Get your hands on the ground. Hey, get out of the way. Get out of the way. My child. What is going on? What is going on? I'm confused. What is going on? I'm trying to record legally. Yeah, but you're obstructing my investigation. Get out of here. Go over there now.
My workplace, bro. This
Back up.
I'm
Back up. That's fine. You can record. You need to let us do our job.
here, bro. I'm not doing nothing. I was just fucking.
Back up.
I'm right here, bro.
Stop moving towards us.
No, because I'm confused. I'm waiting on my child. What is going on? Y'all putting my hands.
I don't know. I wasn't out.
These cops were on a power trip, without a doubt, but their treatment of the restaurant staff alone demonstrates that they were looking for a fight.
This is so up. I'm sitting here waiting on my food.
Stop yelling.
I want in custody.
Hey, let's get her out.
All right. Ready? We're going to stand up. Ready?
Just call him. Just call rescue. 735. We'll take rescue out here.
We got someone treated.
We're going to stand up. Ready?
Call
1,
my
2, 3.
mom.
No, we're not calling your mom.
You're an adult.
More my child and right this is so right here.
Stop moving forward.
I'm a line right here.
Listen, you can record all you want. You step forward one more time, you're going to jail. Do you understand me?
Bro, I'm right here. You see this table? I was standing exactly
you keep
where I was
walking
standing 2
forward.
seconds ago. Please stop talking to me. I'm trying to see. That's it.
Hold on. Stay there.
But Jal's wife Shania had it worse than anyone.
Where's my baby? Where's my child? This is so wrong. I can't believe y'all. Right, it's a bunch of kids. I'm grown as hell.
Yo, back up, else you're gonna get arrested.
I'm done.
Back up.
I did. You just told me I was okay.
Keep moving.
Sir, you just told me I was okay.
Keep moving.
Hey, tell me when is in far enough.
Keep going.
Far enough.
Right there.
I
That's
can't
good.
see.
You're going to stop yelling right now.
You have to stop. No.
That stands for
Stop coming for no.
If you move against me, I'm putting you in the car.
Did you guys hear what happened?
No, one. I'll get it, Kev.
No.
You got a good grip on her?
Yeah, I got it.
If she acts foolish, you spear her in the car. Just make sure you get clean across that center line. Stop moving.
Stop yelling and give me your mom's number.
Now listen, right now, y'all being detained because it's a car accident. I don't know what's going on, okay? Don't turn into nothing. So if you're gonna lie about your name, why do that right now?
A key provision of Wisconsin Statute Section 968.07 states police officers are only allowed to use the amount of force that must be reasonable under the circumstances. Does body slamming an unarmed woman sound reasonable to you?
No, one. I'll get it, Kev.
No.
You got a good grip on her?
Yeah, I got it.
If she acts foolish, you spear her in the car. Just make sure you get clean across that center line. Stop moving.
Stop yelling and give me your mom's number.
Now listen, right now, y'all being detained because it's a car accident. I don't know what's going on, okay? Don't turn into nothing. So if you're gonna lie about your name, why do that right now?
She matches the description.
She does?
Yeah, she was wearing a red top.
She is wearing a red top? Because that's the male that's in the red top.
Oh.
I'm gonna get mine going to the jail because I got a decontaminator from the spray. Okay. So.
Y'all having like a party in here?
Yeah, it's kicking in.
Apparently, just like hanging out in the Applebee's bathroom. So.
Yeah, that's a new one. I haven't seen that yet.
Kevin, can you come here?
Different Kevin.
How was this other couple involved?
I have no idea. I came out.
Who was out with them?
Luke was with him. Luke's with one of the girls in the squad car. I heard them fighting. We come out here. I see Luke up on the table, like trying to yank her down, and plus, so I go to help Luke.
Okay.
And she continually resists.
And then, do we believe that guy was involved with her?
Yeah, the guy that over there with Mark. I mean, with
Mike.
With Mike was with her. So I don't know what the.
No reason to believe that they were.
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But we just came in here and checked the bathrooms.
It's almost comical how this officer suddenly wants to talk right after handcuffing a literal child. Corrupt officers like this never cease to shock us.
Resisting.
Ma, you not to leave me with my child.
There's officers in there.
My child.
There's officers in there.
Ain't no officers, my child.
All you guys had to do was tell me what car you came in.
He did not, because the people already told you we've been in there.
She said 20 minutes, which is what 20 minutes is when this accident happened.
No, 20.
That's what the manager told us.
The manager ain't tell you nothing like that because we've been complaining about why we ain't got no service. We've been in there.
What do they need me to do?
Hey, Maggie, just make sure the baby doesn't leave until rescue checks it out.
Okay.
These cops just went ahead and physically assaulted a whole family without even bothering to confirm the details? Talk about the height of ignorance and abuse of power.
All these kids in the bathroom, how long have they been here?
Who?
All these kids in the bathroom.
I had no clue.
Yeah,
They're
like,
kids?
they're like 18, 17.
Where?
There's like 5 of them in the bathroom.
Can we go see them to see if they've been in here before?
Good.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody was in the bathroom.
The probable cause, as far as I could think right now, is not there. Other than
we can just like.
Sorry.
No, they weren't in here? So that's wild. You guys say you're sitting at Applebee's, but none of the staff seem to know who you guys are.
And how many people are in this restaurant right now? Like 6?
Like 5 people.
I think there's more cops in this restaurant than there are customers.
they didn't come in with the child, right? As far as you know.
I didn't even know they didn't come in the restaurant at all.
Amidst the chaos, it finally dawned on the cops that they had made a colossal mistake.
But this other couple that Luke's out with,
Understand. So the couple that Luke came out with had a baby.
yeah,
I don't know if they were involved in what way, shape, or form.
I know. So
These kids reek of weed.
right. So we need to look at this video and see what this is going to
I
show
agree.
because they came in this way. No.
The real suspects had slipped in through the back door, with one of them unable to walk, so his friend had carried him in, which probably looked suspiciously like a parent carrying a child. So they ended up targeting the first black family with a baby they saw.
All right, what do we got?
So the male that has the baby, what you're dealing with out there?
I'm dealing with everything.
Well, I'll say 22:30. They walk in. They're already here at the bathroom, so they're not involved with this car accident. So whatever happened with them is totally separate with this car accident. We're looking at here. Call came out at 22:57. I'm trying to figure out when these kids run to the bathroom.
They did not eat in my restaurant.
The server said no one waited tables on them.
So we have the male black adult. He's not involved.
Not involved. There's no way.
And then the adult female black, not involved.
I'm assuming they came together. Yes.
Okay.
We're just gonna be walking over to that gentleman right there, okay?
So the reason why they thought it was a baby is because they were carrying the paralyzed Mark Garrett in through the side. It's a man. We got him on video all coming through this door right before the accident, or right after the accident. The side door, right? The side door. Yeah. All of those guys in the car. All of those guys in the back.
Okay.
Reeks of weed, like super strong of weed.
What was he hit with? Hands, fists, forearms. That was a full Donnybrook out in the lobby. You guys missed that.
The officers did end up arresting the right suspects, but due to this huge mistake, the officers assaulting Shania and Jal were not only suspended by the Wisconsin PD, but were faced with a heavy lawsuit they wouldn't soon forget. I'm not sure about you, but I felt like this punishment was a little too lenient. However, one thing's for sure, justice didn't hold back with this next one.
Walk right here. Shut the fuck up. Get right over here. I don't give a fuck who you are. Get on your goddamn knees.
On June 12, 2022, a Monroe County deputy observed a vehicle speeding in Key Largo, Florida when he signaled for a stop. However, the driver, identified as 26-year-old Donovan Rojas, refused to pull over.
Hands up in the air.
Hands up in the air right now. Turn around, turn around. Turn around, do not face me. Turn around.
Just walk right here. Walk right here. Shut the fuck up. Get right over here. I don't give a fuck who you are. Get on your goddamn knees.
Hey, I'm a cop. Why you acting like that? I'm a cop.
Then you'll listen to me when I tell you to get on your fucking knees.
Rojas claimed to be an on-duty officer, but he really was not in the best state to say that.
Why you acting like that, man?
Stand there. 10, 11, 1 in custody.
I'm acting.
Be quiet. Don't say another word. You hear me?
The police dutifully placed Rojas in handcuffs and proceeded to search the vehicle.
Check this car first. There's guns, radios, and all kinds of shit.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
I haven't seen you in a bit.
Yeah, every once in a while I get stuck on it.
10, 11. Release the air.
Why are those radios on?
Holy fucking shit.
He's for real.
Jesus.
This is not on.
What? Sarge, I can't see it. Well, that wasn't on when he passed me.
No, he's not on.
No, he's drunk. Did you turn that? Did you turn that on, or it was on?
No, it was on right there.
On, but the visor's up.
Son of a bitch.
That is. Let's find out who's coach. Let's find out who his supervisor is.
and the one guy's gonna do what we gotta do. What?
Inside the vehicle, deputies found 2 Glock firearms, a Miami-Dade police ID and badge, a body camera, a tactical vest, and other law enforcement equipment. Apparently, this guy was legit.
If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
I get it, brother.
With these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
No, sir.
Okay. I feel you're impaired.
Me?
Yeah. No. Okay. Are you willing to perform field sobriety exercise to dispel my suspicion that you're impaired to drive?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
I just asked him how to run the tag. I just got here. He says he doesn't want to talk. He refuses field sobriety exercises. So oh, absolutely, he's fucked up. Yeah. All right. Thank you. It is what it is. I will notify. What are we gonna do? You want a rotation, or what are we gonna do with the car?
Rojas invoked his Miranda rights and refused to perform field sobriety tests or provide a breath sample.
The store, because I don't want to be responsible for in-cars, firearms. Yep. Yeah, if we can do them solid and let them know that they got all this shit here. If they have somebody local that can come and pick it up, so that, I mean, I don't mind doing the property receipt. That's not the reason. I'm just saying, it's got. I don't even know what to do yet. We don't want to leave all your shit here, man. We don't want to put it into property. We want to see if we can get it to a supervisor. Okay? Preferably your supervisor to keep it under wraps. So, do you happen to have his name and phone number? You already invoked your right to remain silent, so I'm not going to ask you any questions, bro, man. Bro, this is not the highlight of my day.
I know.
Bro.
I'm sorry, brother, but...
Yep, don't say anything else.
Kudos to the officer for handling Rojas the right way. It's all too common for cops to cover for each other, which is just plain sleazy. However, Rojas was charged with felony fleeing and eluding an officer and misdemeanor driving under the influence and was relieved of his duties without pay. In other words, fired. And that wraps up our cases for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like, share your thoughts, and subscribe if you haven't already. And while you're at it, make sure to check out this next officer right here, who once again proves that police brutality is still a growing concern.
Oh, she just hit me. Y'all just see that? I know. She just hit me. I know. She just hit me.
Oftentimes, corrupt cops act without remorse and abuse their authority in ways you can't even imagine, which serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of their unchecked power. As shocking as that was, what comes next is an even more blatant display of police corruption and a dangerous abuse of power.
Just put your hands behind your back.
On August 10, 2022, in the city of Atlanta, a woman by the name of Angel Guis and her partner would illegally be in a park at late hours. What do you think would be the appropriate consequence for this? A ticket? A lecture? For Officer Brooks, however, it was something far worse.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Hello.
All right. Well, I see the Ohio tag. I'm not sure if y'all from here or not, but you can't be inside the park in the city of Atlanta between the hours 11 p.m. 6 a.m.
Okay.
You got your IDs on you? You have your IDs on you?
Yes.
I'm gonna need them. All right, sir, like I explained to you, you can't be in the park at night. You're just gonna receive a simple ticket stating that you was in the park at the hour. All right, I need you to sign right on that.
What am I signing over? Is it a charge or anything, or you
just a ticket?
And I have to sign it?
You can not sign it and go to jail. It's this one here. This one here.
So far, so good, right? Just a routine encounter, nothing funny, nothing insane, till the woman, Angel Guis, got a little more curious about the ticket than Officer Brooks liked.
All right, just need to sign right here on the X.
But because we're out of, didn't you say we were out of time so we wouldn't have known that?
Yeah, but that's not a valid reason why. You should be in the park because you're from out of town.
And what's your back number?
7452.
what's your name?
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give you my first name.
Okay, and I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, like I explained to him, if you don't sign it, then you're going to be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha. What's the badge number?
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Okay.
Are you going to sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine.
Both Officer Brooks and Angel made 2 serious mistakes here. An officer is a servant of the law, and thus Brooks had no right to refuse Angel public information. However, it was not smart for Angel to refuse the ticket, no matter what reasons she may have had. Unfortunately, among the 2, though, Officer Brooks was the only one who escalated from there.
You want to put your hands behind your back for me? No, she got... Hey, listen, my man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
ma'am,
you're hurting me.
Okay. I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back.
Sir?
Put your hands behind your back. 12, start me, man.
Sir.
Man, put your hand behind your back. Come on. I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that.
She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking a question. All I'm doing is
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
Sir,
put your hands behind your back.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay. I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to forcibly put your hands behind your back.
But, sir, Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary?
Come on, sir. Hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not saying that I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
Because but I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
No, I'm not here to play games with you.
And that right there was the worst thing Brooks could have done, because at this point, Angel was willing to comply, but Brooks behaved like a shark who smelled blood and only wanted to satisfy his urges now.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
I'm going to sign the ticket now. Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have that option now.
Why don't I have the option, Mr. Brooks?
I gave you 2 options.
She was just asking for your badge number.
I'm asking for your badge number, and I wasn't clear on why you guys giving me your badge number.
Sir, you do not have to hold her like that.
Oh my God!
Sir, you do not have to drag her like
Mr.
that.
Brooks, I'm telling you that I'm going.
Sir,
I'm going to sign.
Sir, you do not have to grab her like that.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested? Oh my God! I'm so scared. My God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign the ticket. Being arrested?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Tell me why I'm being arrested. I have the right. I have the right to know. Oh my God!
Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
What are you taking her for? Why are you pulling it out?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Come on, sir. This is unnecessary. What are you doing? This is over. This over.
Why am I being arrested?
Just put your hands behind your back.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested. That's why I'm not putting my hands behind my back. You have not given me a reason. So why am I getting I'm not getting.
It would have been better for Angel if she simply just decided to comply and press charges later, as Officer Brooks was 100% illegally arresting her without any reasonable cause.
I ain't the right to none of that.
Oh my God!
Give me your hands. I need you to back up, sir.
Sir, I'm not backing up.
You got every right to
Oh my God! I don't understand why I'm not being arrested. I don't understand. Please, sir, you have not told me why I'm being arrested. That's why I have not put my hands behind my back. You have not told me that you have not read me my rights or anything. And you're steady doing this to me. I don't understand. Can you please just tell me why I'm being arrested? That's all I'm asking. Please, God, please.
This situation has gone out of hand.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're hurting me. You are hurting me.
Okay, put your hands behind your back.
I told you I'm not putting my hands. You have not told me or read me my rights. You have not done any of that. You're not telling me why I'm going to jail.
Sir, this is unnecessary.
Put your hands behind your back.
Despite her hysterical nature, Angel made a very valid point, but I think it was obvious at that point that Officer Brooks did not care for rights. Thankfully, Angel's partner was not willing to just let this slide.
This is her. Where y'all taking her?
Oh my God.
What do you mean back up? This is my friend. Y'all don't know her. How hot is it? She's hurting right now. She's crying. What do you mean take care of her? We was just here for a party. Now she's out on her rest.
Then when I took the Hell Council,
she said that at first until you said you're going to jail. She didn't know that was the consequence of not signing the ticket.
Oh, so me saying she's not going to jail wasn't enough?
No, Mr. Brooks, it was enough. That's the entire point. I can only hope Brooks lives alone, because if this is how he treats strangers, I wonder what he would do to his own family.
I mean, but that's just saying that's the consequence. That's not the same. All you had to say was like, we were just about to leave. We were leaving. You were coming to tell us the park's closed. Y'all got to get out. That's it. And then now you had to just drag her on the floor and hurt her over the park. This ain't even. You got like 6-7 cops over a park. Somebody getting shot right now. Y'all over here just over some bullshit.
I mean, we didn't get any calls about anybody getting shot right now.
I'm saying, well, apparently if they did, they wouldn't be there. Y'all wouldn't be there. Y'all be here.
When you don't give me your hands, when you don't turn up, when you don't put your hands
behind. She said she was going to sign the papers when you were trying to grab her hand.
Okay.
That's all you wanted was her to sign the paper. You asked me the same thing. You asked her the same thing. She wanted to have a conversation.
You're right.
The worst part about this entire incident is the sheer amount of smugness these cops had, and it just shows why Officer Brooks was so confident in doing what he did. And unfortunately for the city of Atlanta, these wouldn't just be a few bad apples. Brooks would end up facing no consequences, and the Department of Atlanta would even defend him. The news station spoke with retired Atlanta Police Detective Vincent Velasquez for insight on the situation. I would suggest anybody dealing with a situation like this, even if you think you are in the right, just sign the ticket, then fight that fight another day in court, he said. Next, we have another incident where the police idiotically decided to escalate a situation that could have very easily been uneventful, except this time they had even less cause to arrest.
Relax. What did I do? Let go of him. Listen, relax. You're under arrest. Come to my car before this gets way out of here.
On October 28, 2018, in the city of Canton, Ohio, police were dispatched to a residence after a neighbor complained about their dog. What should have been an arbitrary domestic dispute devolved into something much more horrendous.
He pulls up and he said, I'm going to shoot your dog, I'm going to take the dog. And me and her already had an understanding of it.
And this is your next door neighbor, or?
No, she stays in the house right there. The one she's talking to right here.
Gotcha.
I just went down, I talked to her.
And what's the dog warden want with you?
He was like, man, I'm gonna shoot your dog. I don't care about what you're saying. And he told my kids shut up and run in the house. And I seen the gun on him. I ain't seen no badge or nothing. He just was like, well.
Okay.
Yeah, he put, like he was gonna reach for his gun and shoot.
Okay. Okay. He's fine. He let me take his gun.
No, wait a minute. You can burn my name.
I know. Yeah, no, you were fine. You let me take it.
I didn't come off the porch.
Nope. You were fine.
Look at the 911 call and listen what I'm saying. I told her that's my gun.
Yep.
My name is. I am legal. I know felonies, nothing. Run it right now. You ain't got to run it right now.
The individual was furious, and rightfully so, as the corrupt officer seemed determined to escalate the situation, pushing a clear agenda.
I'm just here because he was having a problem.
This guy, right here, attitude was so.
What is he here for?
Shoot my dog.
What is he here for? Did we get past that? What are you here for?
This dog was over at that lady's house. Was writing a statement. Went after her and her little dog. She had to scoop her dog up.
Hey, ma'am. Hey, did me and you talk earlier?
Okay. And then what was your plan?
My plan was to write him a ticket, have him go out and get a dog license, and I would void the ticket.
Everybody was here.
That sounds easy.
That's the only thing he did?
He did
not had a conversation when he threatened to shoot the dog.
What happened was he brought the dog out and tied it
No,
on
I
a
didn't.
leash.
No,
for
I-
like an intimidation thing while I'm standing up on the front porch.
Officer.
The dog's running around my feet.
Officer.
I asked him to put the dog back in the house.
You were the dog pound.
So
Why
he
would you
said
let
you
a
didn't
dog out
have to
to
put the
intimidate
dog in the house. The dog wouldn't bite you. And I said, well, I
Officer, please
appreciate if
listen
you
to
put
what
the
I'm
dog
saying.
in the house. If not,
That's a
if
lie.
the dog comes after me when I go to my van,
That is
I'm
a
gonna
lie.
shoot it if it comes after me.
That is a
I have to shoot if it comes after you.
That is
My
a
dog
lie.
won't bite me.
You said
You're
if
lying.
the dog comes out and bites you, I'm gonna shoot. You did not say if the dog comes to your bank, you was gonna shoot.
You're
So
exactly
the reason
right.
why-
That's my dog. Don't you call my dog.
Relax.
Stop right now.
Don't you call my dog.
Stop. Stop on me, buddy.
Hey,
Stop.
Hey,
Absolutely not.
Don't you
Relax. Chill. Sit down.
Hey, don't push your hands on me though.
Sit down.
Relax. 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 Or you can go to jail. Come to the car. Come to the car. Relax.
What did I do?
Let go of him. Listen.
Relax.
You're under arrest. Come to my car before this gets way out of hand.
What is he under
Let go
arrest
of him.
for?
What is he being detained for? My car. Mom,
Is he gonna read him his rights and tell him he being detained for? What is he being detained for? Is that what you gonna tell him?
Relax. Relax.
What am I under arrest for?
Relax.
What? What am I under arrest for? You gonna come sit to my brother like that? Hey, no, stop. No. You think you talking about the ass bitch ass niggas? I ain't gonna do that. You gonna do that, nigga?
You want to hold on?
Yeah, loose.
What you gonna do, bitch ass nigga? Go on, brother.
Come here.
The officers, out of nowhere, decided to conduct an illegal and unlawful arrest on the man, and when his family tried to defend him, all hell would break loose.
What you mean? You crazy motherfucker. Weak as fuck, for real. Weak ass boy. You get hard. Relax. This bitch just slid my
Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach and relax. Relax. Stay on your stomach. Relax. Stay on your stomach and relax. Stay on your stomach. Stay on your stomach and relax. There you go. There you go. There you go.
These officers abandoned all human decency when they decided to arrest the children's father in front of them, and on top of that, having no qualms about putting their hands on them when they were understandably upset. All this over a dog complaint. And the worst part is, there are no further reports on this incident, so these cops very well may have not faced any consequences for this. Simply disgusting. While that officer was a tyrant, the next corruption case was so severe that it brought the entire department to its knees.
Okay, he's not touching it. You guys are.
You wanna let go of your
We're not touching it.
That's too tight.
Okay, let me undo it.
That's too tight.
Relax.
Let go.
That's too tight.
Let me undo it. Relax.
Hey, why are you guys touching?
Why are you touching us?
This is illegal.
That's illegal.
We didn't.
Touching us.
Calm down so they don't say that you're doing anything. Just calm down. You know that.
What are you doing?
You think the louder you yell, something's gonna change?
Why are you doing this?
Have the right.
Why are you doing this?
We're protecting you.
You're not protecting me. You're hurting me.
What? You think the louder you yell, something's gonna change? Insulted me. Good.
You're hurting me.
Step back. Step back.
Yeah, you are. You got that too tight. It's too tight.
What are you doing?
Loosen it.
Let go of some of this shit.
Let go of that stuff. Loosen it.
Let go of some of this stuff.
Loosen the cuffs. Loosen the cuffs.
They will. Yeah.
Loosen the cuffs. Shut up. Loosen the cuffs. Loosen the cuffs.
Well, you're.
Loosen it. There's nothing wrong. There's like computers in there. Loosen the cuffs. Loosen the cuffs. Stop. What are you doing? Ow. What are you doing?
The brothers were unfairly arrested and escorted back to the police van. The officer in white, Captain Zuba, shoved one of the brothers out of spite.
Let go. Dude, that's my phone.
Let it go. We'll put it in your bag. Which bag is this? Being recorded.
Captain Zuba takes one of the brothers' phone. Keep this in mind because this will be important later on. The brothers were stuffed in the van and taken to jail and were set free 6 hours later. They got all their items back except for the phone Captain Zuba took. The brothers reported the theft and Internal Affairs visited them days later to discuss the matter.
Holder number 4, like 80% sure that's him. Sorry.
If you can just sign it and write what percentage you believe that's and who do you think that is?
Captain Zuba.
Okay.
This is clearly Bush.
Okay, what percentage are you sure?
100%.
Okay. From here, we gather any facts we can. We're gonna go to Little Italy to see if there's any surveillance footage there.
Okay.
Stuff like that, and we present the facts to a prosecutor, and the prosecutor will determine if the officers committed a crime or not.
This here is one of the bike I had that they returned that and the guitars, no problem.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, aside from your cell phone, they gave you everything else back. Just your cell phone was not in your bag or nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be accusatory, but it was kind of wrong what happened, man. And I think they might have destroyed the cell phone because of the evidence of him assaulting me on it.
Almost all the deputies present at the scene told Internal Affairs that the captain told them to turn their body cams off. Only one officer's body cam was on, and that would come back to bite Zuba in the behind.
Did you have a WCS camera on that day?
I did have it with me, yes.
And why wasn't it activated during the incident?
Captain told us no cameras.
How come you didn't activate it?
I was told not to.
By who?
The captain.
Okay, and when did he tell you that?
The beginning, before we got dropped off.
Did you have your WCS on you at the time?
Did I have it on me or turned on?
On you.
On me, yes, I had it on me.
Did you turn it on?
No, I did not.
And why is that?
We were told initially from the captain not to turn them on, and then I was thinking we were off duty, so we didn't think we had to have them on.
Captain Zuba was going to face the worst embarrassment of his life.
And the officers who were in the area of these two individuals informed you that they had been placed under arrest. Is that still your
Yes, sir.
today?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall which officer or officers informed you that they had been under arrest at that point?
Bush.
Bush did that. And this is as the Workman brothers are approaching you. The officers are someone behind them at that time? Is that
No, they're all surrounding them.
They're surrounding them when you first encounter them? And Officer Bush tells you that they are under arrest?
Yes, sir.
Did he say for what charges?
I don't recall that. And I do remember that they weren't in handcuffs.
Right. So, Officer Bush was interviewed by Sergeant Sheehan by the City of Cleveland Division of Police Internal Affairs Division. And during that interview, he stated that that he had not placed them under arrest, nor cited them, and had no intentions of doing so. And it was his understanding that you ordered him to do so. Would that statement by Officer Bush be accurate?
No.
Okay, so his saying that to Officer Sheehan in his recorded interview, would he be mistaken in that or lying about that?
I would imagine he's just mistaken.
Oh, he wasn't mistaken, all right. Lying through his teeth wasn't going to help him, since Internal Affairs already interviewed all the other officers.
A violation of this church's rule, would that be a criminal offense?
As far as I understand, yes.
Because within the city of Cleveland, isn't it lawful to do the act they were doing? If had it not been for the church prohibition against that, would their actions be lawful?
As long as they weren't obstructing.
Right. So the permit that the church holds or held for that feast, did it detail the permit holder's right to curtail otherwise lawful activity by citizens?
That's beyond me.
Because my understanding from Sergeant Sheehan from the Internal Affairs that the church's permit only granted them two areas of authorization: to block the street and to encumber the sidewalks with certain displays.
Okay.
So, that being said, how could they control otherwise protected First Amendment speech and actions that per Section 657801 is permissible conduct within the city of Cleveland?
Zuba was trying to say that the church's authority overruled the Constitution, which was straight BS. The investigator gave him a law that shut Zuba up real fast.
Also, Captain DeZuba.
It says 4 o'clock.
Did you, 4 o'clock? At any time, did you order any officers who were working this detail to not activate their WCS?
No.
You never ordered anyone to do that?
No. Tony tomorrow had his on.
Right. He's the only one did, and he said the reason why he had his on, he wasn't assigned to that detail. He works, I guess, community policing that's already working the Little Italy area. Is that correct? And so he's the only one who had his on. That's the only reason we got this.
No, there
Except
were.
for the only other officers who had theirs on were the officers who transported them, who was Officer Turner and Love. And in their IA interviews, Patrol Officer Bush, Patrol Officer Anderson, Dominique Anderson, badge number 1753. Patrol Officer Scott Carey, badge number 2400. Patrol Officer Richard DeVelchio Jr., badge number 1278. Patrol Officer Musina, Patrol Officer Wright, Patrol Officer Cody Dorner, badge number 269. They all stated in their IA interviews that you ordered them not to activate their WCS camera. In fact,
Zuba's face was turning red. He knew he was screwed. It was 7 testimonies against his 1. Were all of them liars?
It's a direct statement that they're saying the captain orders them not
every
to
last
turn it
one
on.
make that direct.
Not that somebody had said we're not turning our cameras
Every
on
last
during this
one.
event. So the captain would have had to go to each one of them and directly say, do not turn your camera
Some of them
on.
said it was said when they were getting off the bus, because I guess they rode a bus to this detail, and then
and who the captain met them at the bus.
And I think it's Del Vecchio who says during the actual arrest, he goes up to Captain DeZuba and said, should I have my WCS on during this? And Captain DeZuba said, no. Again, these are what these officers are saying in their interviews. Each and every one of them, to a man, all said, including Officer Bush, every officer said they were ordered by Captain DeZuba to cut off to not activate their WCS. Each and every one of them. And none of them had their WCS on.
Well, can he
And I
speak
asked
to
him, yeah, he'd already answered it. He said he didn't issue that order.
Get off a bus?
And some said during this arrest, they were told, don't go on.
Okay. Did you ever tell them during the arrest, don't
So
turn
those
your
officers,
camera on?
again, those officers who made those statements during their IA interviews, they're mistaken or lying about you issuing that order?
I can't tell you why they said what they said. Well, I was standing next to, I believe, Kozart and Tomorrow. Tomorrow had his video on.
Right, he's the only one.
If I had said anything during the arrest, it would be on Tony's video.
Well-
If I said, don't turn your videos on, Tony would have shut his off. They could be saying whatever they want to
But
protect themselves.
I think Officer Tomorrow is saying he wasn't working that detail. Is that correct? He wasn't working that detail?
He was
assigned
working
you?
for me.
He's working though for the city.
He's working for the city, right? But not
There.
detailed there.
There.
Well, he
Detailed
said that's
there.
his ordinary.
He's not working. He's not working part-time there. Some guys work secondary employment. Some guys work for
This
the
was
city.
none of this was secondary employment. All of this was working for the city, paid. And each officer
Right,
said
that
they
was
filled
a
out an
big
overtime card.
confusion.
They all
That's-
filled out an
okay.
overtime card. That's not a secondary employment issue.
Okay, but
At
what
all.
he's
Tony worked directly for me.
here's what he's saying.
Right, but that's his regular thing. And so Officer Tomorrow, again, I'm not interjecting mine. I'm saying what Officer Tomorrow is saying.
let me-
He's saying he had his WCS on because he wasn't, he didn't come there with them.
I
He wasn't
understand.
part of this.
We agree. He had it on, and he's working for the city. They're all working for the city. The other ones don't have it on. But I agree with you. You're telling me he has his on because we know there's a camera footage.
The interview footage suddenly cuts off for unknown reasons. There's so much corruption going on that it's insane. The only officer whose body cam was on had a lot of interesting details to share, as well as some other officers.
Prior to this day, had you ever encountered these two guys?
I've never encountered them, but I've seen them around downtown before.
Okay. They always stand around and play their guitar? Is that what they do, or they just...
I've seen them on 4th Street playing their guitar.
Okay.
I was in the downtown unit, I think.
Are they normally allowed to do that?
I'm not sure, but imagine.
Okay. Did you witness Captain DeZuba, or let me start with this, did you witness either of the two guys trying to record Captain DeZuba on their cell phone?
I don't know if they were trying to record them. They had cell phones.
Okay. Did you see Captain DeZuba try to take the cell phone out of one of the guy's hands?
I think during the arrest, I took one of the cell phones out of the person's hand.
Okay, but you didn't witness Captain DeZuba ever... Because the complaint is that Captain DeZuba grabbed the guy's hand when he was trying to film him and twisted his arm.
No.
You didn't witness anything like that?
No.
Okay. The way how I translate your video is that you kind of were walking up after this initially started. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So in your video, you take Joseph Workman's cell phone out of his hand. That's the guy with the white T-shirt on.
Yeah, one of them.
And the video shows you handed to Captain DeZuba.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened afterwards?
No.
Okay. So you didn't? Did you see Captain DeZuba with the phone after you handed it to him?
No, because I think even while I was putting stuff in the van, my camera caught DeZuba and he didn't have it.
Okay.
So I don't know if he set it down somewhere.
And that's the next question. You don't know what he did with the phone after that? Okay. Do you know why these guys were arrested? Do you know what they were charged with?
No.
Okay. Were you present when they were issued a minor misdemeanor citation?
I think somebody was asking for a minor misdemeanor book.
Okay.
Or maybe as I was walking away or something.
But you weren't there. So after your camera goes off, you were out of there. You didn't return at all. You didn't have any.
No.
Okay. Did you see any other officers with their cell phone?
With the suspects?
Yeah, with that same cell phone that you took from the hand to the Zuba. Have you heard anything about what happened to it by chance?
It's highly likely that Zuba stole that phone and destroyed it. It probably had even more severe incriminating evidence on him.
I only created a path to the van with you guys.
Did you have a WCS camera on that day?
I did have it with me, yes.
And why wasn't it activated during the incident?
Normally, like, we never really used them at the feast. I've done it a few times, but also Captain told us no cameras.
When did he say that?
Right around the time the gentlemen were being arrested, or prior to, right around there, people were like, no, everybody just kept saying no cameras. Like, he's the captain, said no cameras. I got a no camera sign, so I didn't turn mine on. I didn't turn it off.
Okay. Do you know why he said that? Was there a reason? Or?
No, I didn't question it. Anytime somebody higher up says no camera, I turn it off.
Okay.
Or don't activate.
All right. For this incident, had you how many days did you work on the detail?
I think I worked almost every day. I think I worked every day.
Okay, it was overtime?
Yeah, I turned in an overtime card.
Okay. Were you given the option of using your personal vehicle to park there and work, or was it meet at the district and...
We all met at the district, and then we got transported.
Do you know if officers had the option to take their personal vehicle?
I think a couple guys did drive. I don't recall, but I want to say a couple guys did drive though. I parked in the family lot.
And you don't know who gave them permission to do that?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, I'm just gonna have you look at this. This is just a picture of your guys' property book, and the line's highlighted. Did you write that in the property book?
I did not.
Okay. Do you recognize that handwriting?
I do not.
Okay. When you put something in the property book, do you also enter it into LERMS and put a tag on it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do a property found sort of report?
Yeah, there would have been a report done when we turned it in.
Okay. Do you normally put multiple items on the same line?
No, sir.
You usually do individual lines?
There's an individual line for each item.
Okay.
Zuba didn't even allow the phone to be registered as evidence. He stole it from the brothers and hid it from the officers. Next, here's another power-tripping cop who took things up a notch.
First off, you don't tell me to shut up.
I'll tell you what I want to tell you.
Okay, you're not going to tell me to shut up. You're a cop, right, bro?
Yeah.
So you get what I'm
No,
right? Okay.
I know exactly what you're trying for.
Okay. I'm just trying to rule you out so I can be on to the next person, okay?
How does a system designed to protect us sometimes fail so spectacularly? Especially the second case where an officer gets into a fatal head-on collision. Cops rarely respect our rights, and these first cops paid $75,000 for violating this man's rights. On March 22, 2019, Kenneth Grants was sitting in his SUV parked on a public easement when Officer Haynes of the Blanchard PD approached him.
Have I done something illegal?
Well, I like to identify you, just know who I'm dealing with, make sure.
Fourth Amendment right not to show that to me.
Well, if I'm making contact with you for a reasonable suspicion call like I am right now.
Being suspicious is a misdemeanor or felony.
Okay. Well, sir, here's the deal. I was called on you, okay? For a suspicious vehicle, you said yourself you don't live over here, you have a purpose. What's your purpose? Is the purpose legal or illegal?
That's for you to determine that.
Okay. So for me to determine that, I need to see your ID.
How is my ID going to determine whether I'm...
Well, it helps let me know who I'm dealing with.
Cops usually skip over this step, but they have to investigate and determine that a crime is being committed before asking a person to identify themselves. The Haynes was about to accuse him of way more.
No.
Okay.
It's not none of your business.
Well, it is my business if you're planning on breaking into something, which I don't know if you are or not.
Make that determination whether you feel I'm going to break into something.
Well, that's why I want to identify you to help me figure out the determination.
How is my identifying?
Okay, because if I identify you and I run your check and it says you've been arrested 5 times for burglary, then I'm going to go a little bit further. If it's nothing, I'm just going to identify you, kick you loose, have a good day.
What suspicion of a crime do you think that have committed, about to commit, or...
500, East 502 over here. So I have a call for service.
I understand.
Okay. I've had multiple.
You're doing your
I've
job.
had multiple calls. And so if you're not from here, I'm not sure if you are or not, because I don't know who you are. Okay.
My plate's right back there. I'm sure you can run it.
Yeah. Okay. So is that how you want me to identify you? Through your plate?
If that's what you have.
Are you the owner of the vehicle?
Do you suspect that I'm not?
I have no reason to believe you are.
Well, I'm sitting in a truck in front of the house, waiting.
For what?
My computer's right here.
Okay.
That's none of your business.
It is my business.
No, it's not. Why is it your business?
Because I want to make sure you're not going to break into any of these houses or anything like that.
Do I look like
I don't know. You have a ladder.
That's your determination you have.
You have a ladder. What could you use a ladder for? But you also have the right. I also
You have the right to ask me.
If I'm conducting an investigation, which I'm currently doing, and you don't comply, it's obstruction, correct?
Am I being detained?
I'm asking you a question first before I answer that.
Okay. Until I know whether or not I'm being detained.
You are not free to leave at this time.
Okay, then I'm being detained. I won't answer any questions
Until I deactivate my lights, until you're free to go, you're detained. It's like a traffic stop. Okay? So, do you have an ID on you? Do you have an ID on you?
I don't answer questions.
Do you have an ID on you?
I don't answer questions. Searches or seizures of persons without
Okay.
nothing wrong. I'm sitting on the side of the road in front of the house. Public roadway. That's perfectly legal.
This is public roadway.
Public roadway.
Owned by the city of Blanchard? But is it owned by the city of Blanchard? Is this owned by the city?
Haynes was trying to throw so much shade on Grants. Even if he could take his ID and it said that he used to be a burglar, nothing would change. Haynes still has to investigate. Grants knew the laws, and what he said next showed that.
South Johnson Road.
Are you Mr. Blanche?
Not Mr. Blanche. That's not what she said.
That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Can you repeat that last name?
Hey, from Grant, George Robert, Alan Laura, Tom Zebra.
Radio distort this sometimes. Clear on Grants. So are you Mr. Grants? Alright, man. Dude, it's not a big deal. I'm just trying to identify you and catch you loose.
With this day and age, as you guys put it, citizens have to start standing up for their rights or they lose their rights.
I'm not trying to lose your rights at all, man. I'm just trying to make sure all these people around here living in this neighborhood are safe. Okay?
Do you have any reason to believe that I'm here for my rights that I'm gonna stand by?
And I understand that, and I don't want to.
For that purpose.
And I saw the Army sticker, and I appreciate your service, but I want to make sure that you're not here for various reasons. So that's all I gotta do is identify you, make sure that you're not a wanted murderer or got warrants like that, then I'll catch you loose and you have a good day.
You already ran my place. They gave you the information that you needed. You can ask them to go ahead and run me through NCIC or.
Do you have a date of birth then? Because I have to run it with a name and date of birth.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Grants wasn't going to budge, but things would really start to heat up when Captain Bellamy arrived on scene.
Hey, you're required to do that. Will you give me your ID?
Absolutely. Show me the statute.
Give me 1 second.
Ranger 997-152. There's 1453.
Hello? Hey, Travis.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. I got a random question for you, though. I'm dealing with something right now. So I got called out to an address out here in Blanchard, Summer Valley Road, for a suspicious vehicle, and gentleman's parked in a black pickup. He's from Oklahoma City, but he won't give me his name and tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong.
He's driving a vehicle?
Well, he's parked right now.
Okay. Well, technically, there's no obligation for him to identify himself. I mean, unless you've got reasonable suspicion that he's committing a crime.
Well, the thing is I have no reasonable suspicion to believe that he's not committing crime because he has a ladder in the back of the truck and he's in front of houses that aren't occupied right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there's no compelled ID statute in Oklahoma. I have to think about. I mean, do you have anything else to suggest that he might be involved in something illicit?
Well, I'm curious why a man from Oklahoma City is parked on a dead-end road in Blanchard.
Bellamy was just plain disrespectful. Grants and Officer Haynes were having a civil discussion, and this macho just wanted to show us that he's a tough guy. Ultimately, Haynes would try to verify what Grants was trying to say by calling the district attorney.
All you've got is a guy sitting in front of an unoccupied house with a ladder in the back?
Yeah, and the road he's on is it's one of those not city Blanchard roads, but he says it's city easement even though he's parked in this person's yard. Part of his truck is in the person's ditch line. He's like, well, that's easement. I'm like, well, this is a private road, so therefore it's not a city easement, buddy.
Right. Yeah, man, I don't think you got enough to compel him to give you his identification.
Okay.
I mean, I know that's not what you want to hear.
No, that's why I called you instead of just ripping him out of his truck.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, he might try to think of a way to get it pulled over and stop. But I would have to, you have to base on some sort of observed traffic violation in order to get my ID.
Yes.
But like, this is first from the hell out of me for years.
Clipboard that has today.
Code 4.
It has what on it?
Today's date, 3 a.m. and a camera, and it has one of these addresses.
Oh, okay. So he's got a manila envelope in his front seat in plain view with a camera on it. The manila envelope has 3 a.m. and today's date.
And one of these addresses on
and an address on the street on it.
Summer Oaks. Summer Valley.
Did you hear that, Travis?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand it. He's got a manila envelope on the top of the receipt. It's got a date and a time and an address on it.
An address on this street on it.
And it says 3 a.m.
It says 3 a.m.
And a camera.
And a camera sitting next to it.
Oh, he's probably a private investigator.
Probably, but I don't know why he wouldn't want to tell me that.
I asked him if he was a
because those guys are douchebags.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been my experience, and there's probably some of the more litigious people that you want to come across that be involved in a lawsuit. Yeah, man, I just don't think you're over the line. I mean, I don't think you're beyond that point.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll just tell him that I'll contact Cleet about his private eye license or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to continue, talking to him and ask him.
But I'm just, and I gave him the same spiel I gave everybody else that says I don't have to give my ID. Yeah, you're right, you don't. But I like to know who I'm dealing with. Make sure you're not a convicted murderer. And he says, well, I don't answer any questions. I'm like, look, man, I'm not asking you a whole bunch of questions. I'm just trying to figure out who you are. If you ain't got nothing to worry about, give me your license. I'll cut you loose. Have a good day. I just have to do my job and identify and make sure you're not here robbing, because guess what? If the house gets broken into, you're the person I'm going to come talk to.
Here's the vehicle check back to you.
Even the district attorney told Haynes that they had no right to ID him. The officers should have backed off.
Is he going to get out and come back here and talk to us?
No, she just said you're arrested. And he's been videoing this whole time.
I know you've been doing some
questions. Go ahead and just lock me up.
What are you arresting him for?
I don't know. No.
What are you arresting him for? What are you arresting him for?
Huh?
He hasn't violated really a crime yet, so not.
Are you investigating a crime or possible crime?
Possibly.
Okay, he's obstructing an officer from doing his duty, right?
Okay.
All right.
You said you're meeting somebody here in a few minutes?
Yep. You have a legal right to make contact with you based on a call.
And I don't
and
have
you're
to
obstructing
answer
that. I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you record me. Okay?
We are ours recorded
Okay,
too.
you're obstructing an officer from doing his duty, so now you're under arrest, unless you want to cooperate. Okay? That's the way it goes. Have a nice day.
Would you like to explain the address and the time on the folder inside your vehicle with the camera?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Look, man.
Identify yourself. I don't answer questions.
Look, man.
They didn't ask a question. Hey.
Can you at least take your hands out of your pockets for me? Thank you.
Look, all I'm trying to do, man, if you're PI, no big deal.
At this point, Haynes would have probably let Grants know that he was in the clear. But before he could do that, Chief Stacy White arrived on scene and just 16 seconds later asked Bellamy to cuff Grants.
Turn around and turn your back for a second. You need place investigative detention, okay? You investigative detention at this time. You understand that?
I hope all your body cameras are on.
They are, sir. Do you understand that? I said you're.
Just said.
What did I say?
That I'm under investigative detention.
Okay. What does that mean?
I'm being detained.
Okay. So you're being detained.
I understand what that means.
All right. So
there's a difference between an arrest and a detention.
There is. You are correct. If you're an insurance stressor, that's fine. We'll identify you. We'll make sure you're at the right house and kick you loose. Not a big deal, bro.
Well, the folder for this house is right there. The homeowner's not home, so she doesn't.
Do you have the homeowner's name that I can contact? Make sure you're supposed to be here.
Yeah, but that's none of your business.
Okay, that's fine.
As a matter of fact, if you want to go talk to that neighbor right there, he has the garage door to let me into the house so I can get a photograph of the inside of that garage door.
That's all you had to say from the beginning, man.
I don't have to tell you that. Don't you guys understand what my rights are?
Nobody said you have to tell us that. What we said is that you have to identify yourself.
I
You do have to identify yourself. But we are here investigating whether or not you have. We have reason to.
You have every right
Listen to me.
investigate.
Stop interrupting. You ask for my respect, I'm asking for yours in return. Okay? We are investigating because somebody called a suspicious vehicle and person in that vehicle, okay? I'm not done talking. Within that investigation, we can identify you by getting your identification. You are required because we are investigating that you may be committing a crime, and therefore you must identify yourself.
What crime?
Trespassing.
Okay,
that's number one.
Okay, sir.
To be trespassed,
Keeping time for all we know. Okay, for all we know.
To determine.
That's right, and in doing that, we have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No. You can ask for my identification. I am not legally required to give it to you.
Except that you.
No, I'm not. My attorney has told me so.
I don't care what your attorney told you. You have to identify yourself because we're investigating a possible crime.
My rights are important to me.
A possible crime is being investigated.
Okay, what crime?
I just told you two.
Okay. If then arrest me for those two crimes.
We have determined that you've committed those crimes.
I haven't committed any crime.
We have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Can you look at and see
I have a Fourth Amendment right not to tell you.
possible that he knows the owners, if we can make contact if they're connecting anybody?
Address for that.
As confidently as Captain Bellamy spoke, the law wasn't going to change. Ultimately, Grants took this to court, and the court ruled in his favor. Grants took home $75,000 from this case. All that money went from the taxpayer's wallet just because some deputies and a tyrant chief didn't know the law and acted out of their egos. Moving on, here's another bizarre traffic stop that shows just how power hungry some of these officers can be.
Come here, let me explain something to you. You're being extremely... No, don't walk away from me.
Am I under arrest?
No, just be extremely careful when you come up on somebody.
Okay, be extremely careful
listen,
when you're
I didn't see
because you cut me off. You did
I
not even use your turn signal. Use
At
your
the
turn
last
signal.
minute, he called, he needed me over here.
So use your turn signal.
Okay, I did not
Is that
know
the law?
that. Okay.
Are you supposed
Listen,
to use
do
the turn
not
signal?
come up threatening on me like that.
I'm
That's a
not
good way to go to
Look
jail,
at you.
okay?
For what? My bad drive?
No,
You're going to
you
send
did
me
not
to
come
jail
up
for
here
your
beating
bad
on my
driving.
window,
I
man.
knocked on your window.
Okay.
I knocked on your
Be
window
extremely
after
careful.
you
That's
cut
called
across
menacing.
2 lanes
Huh?
without your turn signal.
Oh, I think you're fixing to go to jail. But
Because of your
listen
bad
to
driving.
me. You do not come up and approach us like that, beating on my window.
I
You not
knocked on your
scared me because
window.
I had no clue you were there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, did you have a clue I was behind you when you cut across 2
I
lanes
did
of
not.
traffic?
No, I
Then
did
you
not.
should drive better.
Okay. I have a dog in my back. It's hard for me to see. I've done apologize to you. Now this will
I
be the
didn't hear
third
that.
time.
Okay.
Okay.
I
It's not extremely smart to be acting the way you're acting right now because I will put you in jail. Okay.
No,
I
I
will
don't.
put you in jail. I don't care.
Okay.
Plain and simple. Do you understand me?
Do I understand what?
That I will put you in jail.
For what?
First off, your disorderly conduct,
What
menacing,
disorderly
beating on my
menacing?
window like
You
that.
are
Okay.
armed to the teeth, and I'm menacing. I knocked
You don't
on
walk
your
up
window.
on us like that.
Okay. May I drive away now?
Not yet, you're not.
Started driving right there.
48.
Go ahead.
Kentucky Edward 3, Young 180. Also, send me another unit over here. McDonald.
If I did that, I would have got
48 on top
I've written like Temple.
I have other things to do.
28 comes back to 2022 Chevy 4-door white to a Juniper Milligan out of Midland. It's valid NSR.
10 will that be up on that at this point? Do you have your driver's license on you, ma'am? Simple
it's a traffic
question.
stop.
It is now.
Why?
Because you got out on my vehicle and beat on my window. Now,
I
right now, I'm
walked on
investigating a disorderly conduct. I need to see your driver's license and your proof of insurance.
Okay, this is not a traffic stop because I walked
Do
up.
you understand what I'm asking you?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay,
I just don't
I
think
need
you're
you to
right.
get your driver's license and proof of insurance.
Are citizens allowed to tell officers when they break a law? Well, this next woman got sent to jail for doing that. On August 18, 2023, Juniper Mulligan was driving with her mother when Deputy Croft took a sharp lane change and came in front of her, almost causing an accident. When she came to confront him about it, Croft threw a tantrum.
Need your driver's license?
I'm sorry, please don't take it out of my hand.
Let me have your driver's license
No,
so I
I
can
am
cut you a
required to
citation.
present it. Hey, give my
Back
property
off
back.
before you go to jail.
Give my property back.
Don't sit down. Don't be reaching in your car either.
For my phone.
I've got it all on recording.
Yeah, I know.
Ain't that? So, I can't do nothing with this dog in the back seat.
He stole my property.
Stay right. No, he didn't. That's the state's property. Stay right there.
Okay, so pull up. I went in the far lane over here, I guess.
Croft's ego was so massive it could cover the sun. All he had to do was just apologize for his rash behavior. Juniper wasn't going to write him a ticket, but his aggressive nature would show momentarily.
She comes up here, I'm getting ready to talk to him. She comes beating on my window, scares me to death. Had no clue. Jump out, she starts freaking. Boom, 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 boom. So I hit the record, start recording, and now she's been the way she's been. I mean, she's yelling and screaming. She's disorderly. I'm fixing to hook her up for disorderly.
Now the tyrant explains to the other tyrant a drummed-up lie to save his face, while Croft's partner continues to threaten Juniper with arrest.
If she don't want to give her keys up, then we'll tow that vehicle.
At this point, Deputy Croft called Sheriff Norman and got the go-ahead for something horrible.
I would like to give my mother my keys now.
Okay.
I would like to give my mother my keys.
No, so you're not going to do it. You're handcuffed, okay?
I know.
So,
I want my
okay,
mother to go in my
just
pocket.
listen to me.
No,
You're under
I
arrest.
want
So
her
this is
to
a
take
search incident to arrest, okay? I'm lawfully able to search you after you've been placed under arrest, okay?
Sure.
I understand, but I'm just telling you how it is.
Central, make sure we have a separate SRN for this incident.
Just longer.
That's the hard way to do it.
Well, I know. We kind of got it all wrapped up in there.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I wasn't the initial officer who was out here, so I'm going to make sure that he's okay with her having the keys, and if he's okay with it, then that's what we'll do, okay?
Sure.
Now, is there going to be any other, do you have any kind of weapons, guns, knives? I saw you hand a knife to your mom over there.
Yeah,
Is there anything
hand it
else?
to her. She took it out of my pocket.
While handing out Juniper's belongings to her mother, when she herself sped up the process, the other deputy became aggressive for no reason.
Is your wallet in your back pocket? Can you go ahead and just grab that out with your left hand?
Sure.
Okay. No, absolutely not. Okay, yeah, no, come here. You're on the
I was just handing my property to my mother.
Unless you want to go in cuffs, give me those keys. Stand over there. Stand over there, or you're going to be arrested for interfering in this investigation. Stand back.
I'm just got her keys.
You're not grabbing anything on this car.
Occupant in the vehicle. He has a Concord Fire Department shirt on.
Stay there. Do not touch those keys.
Excuse me. I'm not a freaking dog.
I'm going to let Croft decide what to do with the vehicle. And that's what I told her. I said, we're going to let them decide what to do with the vehicle until we start giving keys to people. So they're going to stay right there until Croft gives a call.
These cops were fueled by their ego and had the sole desire to show dominance over innocent civilians.
Do you wish to talk to me about what happened today that led to this? Because it's honestly, I don't know. I rolled up here and the situation was already happening.
Right. Will it affect my arrest?
Do what?
Will it affect this? Do I get out?
No.
Okay, well, that cop, whoever, cut across 2 lanes of traffic.
We're at over here on the road.
On the bridge. Cut in front of me across 2 lanes of traffic, no lights, no signals. And I honked at him, and then I came here to tell him he was a bad driver, and this happened.
Well, so tell me how you went about telling him that he was a bad driver. I believe that's where the problem's going to lie.
I just went up and knocked on his door. I knocked twice on glass. That's it.
Well, I mean, you realize there's better. Would you agree that we could have went about this in a better way? You know that you can just go to the sheriff's department and say, hey, I want to talk with the sheriff. I've got a problem with what happened today on the road. Do you realize that that's the way to go about this? Because listen, let me tell you something. I do not enjoy taking away people's freedoms. I did not get in this job to do so. Unless you want to go in cuffs, give me those keys. Stand over there. Stand over there, or you're going to be arrested for interfering in this investigation. Stand back.
I'm just got her keys.
Stay there. I take it very seriously, okay? And I hate that this is what it's come to today, okay? But I wish that on your side as well, I wish that we could have done better today to not do this, because I mean, I wish that we would have been able to go, you know what, he would have, I guarantee if you went to the sheriff's department and said, this is what's happening, they would have called him directly and he would have came up there and you guys could all three had a meeting.
All I wanted to do was tell him he was driving badly.
Yeah.
And then he turned it around and got mad at me. All I was going to do was let him know he cut across 2 lanes of traffic. You know, if you're supposed to uphold the law, you should, actually follow the law.
I agree. But at the same time, whenever something like that happens, and you do this, and you take it to this.
I just wanted to let him know he was driving badly. As someone in uniform, he should do better. He should be aware of the laws he's trying to enforce.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think if we could go back in time, you think you do this a little bit different? You think that it was appropriate?
Okay, fine. You're right. I would park and I would wait for him to notice me. But I would still want to let him know.
And there's nothing wrong with if he pulled in here and he did that, and you can pull in here as well, obviously, you know, and then if he was walking in there to get something to eat, you could say, excuse me, sir, this is what happened on the road. I do not appreciate it. And you can, you know what, I will be filing a complaint.
Okay.
And that is your right to do, but I tell you, whenever you go there and you you beat on his window and you put him in fear of physical injury, it's
Okay,
called
I
menacing.
disagree with that.
Well, I wasn't here for that, okay? So, but like I said, I don't like the way that this has turned out today.
Me neither.
But moving forward, I mean, I want you to be able to just, I get frustrated on the road too. Even being in a marked police car, hey, people pull out in front of me all the time, and it's frustrating. And I want to go up there, and I want to say, you know, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I can't, because that's first of all, that's extremely unprofessional, and there's better ways to do it.
Okay.
So
That's true.
I appreciate you being nice and cordial with me and talking to me. I promise I'm not a mean person, okay?
Unless you want to go in cuffs, give me those keys.
I'm going to do my best to be able to have your mom take the car where it doesn't get towed, okay?
I appreciate that.
All right, well,